Alright guys, welcome back. Let's have a look at MicroStrategy. So we looked at this one on Monday when they did an offering and they pretty much raised their Bitcoin holdings to this even number of 450,000 Bitcoins. So at this market price of a Bitcoin, 106 something thousand, $46.4 billion. That's the value of their Bitcoin they're holding on their balance. So let's take a look at the stock. So next Monday, next Monday market is closed. So next Tuesday, 21st, you're gonna see pretty much they report again, probably buy more Bitcoin. So BTC did break out of this pretty much downtrend, ultra short term that I was watching, and overall, so the optimism is, yeah, new administration will be very accommodative for the Bitcoin community and in general for this asset. There's also the SEC chair. I think he's pretty much done. I don't know who's coming in as a replacement, but people are very optimistic that he's going to pretty much clear all the regulatory nuances and hurdles to pretty much for Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all these ETFs to be launched and processed quicker. And you can see the BTC break out in anticipation of the new administration coming in the next few days. Last 5 days, it had pretty much every single day green candles and push higher. And of course, BTC was not the only asset that pushed. Anything that had to do with Trump, pretty much, and overall market started pushing as well. But DJT was pushing earlier and TSLA was pushing earlier. So what's going on with MSTR? Okay, so yes, it did get back above its 50-day moving average. Ultra short term, if you take a look at it, this stock was pretty much in a choppy, all over the place, but it was in a downtrend up until the end of the next year. So this year so far, if you take a look at the price action, you can see that this year stock is probably 30%. Let me just take a look at it here. 36% year-to-date gain. If you are somebody who bottom ticked last year around 288, but if you just zoom in, if we just zoom into this year's of price action, you see move pretty much declined with BTC and everything, and now for the last 4 days, of course, it's not the cleanest move to the upside, but it is squeezing a little bit to the upside. We'll take a look at the short volume and all that stuff. 400 I'm watching as a possible area of resistance, but we have a lot of bag holders at these 420, 450, anything above 400 at these levels. There are a lot of people trapped. So this is going to be very heavy area. I'm going to be watching 450 as a resistance, and the highest closing price for MicroStrategy was at around 473. So market capitalization of this stock, 97.7 billion. So almost 100 plus premium it is trading with. So if you're bullish Bitcoin, say, I don't know, if you think that it's going to break out of this 109, that's the resistance we have for BTC, and break out, whatever the target you have, 120, 130. Yeah, certainly we can see MSTR squeeze. But MSTR, let's take a look at the option activity. Very options driven. And the option market of MicroStrategy is larger than the capitalization of this market. I mean, the stock itself. We have heard about that, basically the CEO talking about himself too. This is what makes this asset, Bitcoin, pretty much a proxy for a lot of people to be attracted to and trade because of the option market the stock has, and it is pretty much magnet for a lot of people who especially sell premiums, because I don't think there's many net premium buyers. For the most part, it could be retail, but mainly it has been pretty much premium sellers, pretty much dream market, dream asset, where they have been milking it both up and down on an elevated IV and stock moving sideways. But just today's price action, if you take a look at it, Friday, January 17th, 834,000 calls traded, 338,000 puts traded. So if you take a look at the calls that purchased, like percentage of the calls that were purchased, only 19% were purchased at the asking price, and pretty much 60% of it between the market. And if we just come down a little bit more, we will realize that majority of the large orders that came in today are pretty much spreads, and most of them expired today, which is January 17th. And anything that is outside of that, of course, I'm seeing some large for February, 315, 319. These are spreads. So these people may not be extra bullish or crazy bullish, but they're just taking advantage of the implied volatility, essentially. So what is happening right now is, of course, going into that new administration coming in. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of implied volatility baked into it. There's a lot of premium baked into that event, what he's going to announce in the first week of being a president, and what is going to happen to this the Bitcoin asset in general. And from there, it can definitely cool off. We have seen it time and time again. And there are a lot of puts as well. Again, put selling, bunch of put selling, but I'm not seeing like a clear directional plays to the upside for this stock. Yes, there are some in the money for next week, 285, but again, these are very, very safe bets. These are not like people coming in buying very far outside of the money strikes. Of course, there are some. There are not that many. I can point out like this 1080 call for February 21st, which is essentially this guy is saying that MicroStrategy can go up 250%, which means from $97 billion capitalization, it will all of a sudden will be $250 billion valuation in 1 month. I don't know why people are playing this, but they could be just playing implied volatility. This stock doesn't have to go that way, but as long as it gaps up, let's say coming into Monday, Tuesday, if we have Bitcoin, let's say hit 120 over the weekends, these people will come in and just monetize, and they will just sell these premiums. But there's not much. There's just a few that I just came across. So option market seems like they're still playing this premium game of buying and selling, and there's not much naked directional bets, in my opinion, for this stock. Can it push higher? Absolutely. So the resistance levels, I already showed you that, above 50-day moving average, those are the levels, 415 and 440. But to the downside, this stock officially now above its 50-day moving average, which it did get back above it 3 sessions ago, and even yesterday. You can see this yellow line on my chart represents 50-day moving average, this gray line 5-day, and this blue line is 20-day. So it was pretty much downtrending for quite some time short term, and then you can see this year for the last 5-6 trading sessions so far, this stock is bullish and it is trading to the upside. Stock's range is $36, $32 actually, and today it moved $29.50, which is 8%. Absolutely nothing unusual in terms of the range of the stock. So yes, I'm watching this name to the upside. Let's see what happens next week, and let's see how many Bitcoins they bought this week, considering that their stock was trading a little bit higher. Were they able to sell more because they were trying to still dump 6 point something billion worth of offering into the market? Because last time I saw the SEC filing where they pretty much purchased a little bit of a Bitcoin by issuing $243 million of stock. They said that they still have $6.53 billion worth of shares remained available for issuance and sale, and we'll see. They have been so far pretty consistent with it. They have been selling it every single week, and let's see how much they sold this week, and we'll see. We'll go from there. But so far, this is their holding, exactly 450,000 bitcoins. So this is what I'm watching for MSTR. So far bullish to the upside, but let's see what kind of reaction we're going to get overall after the president comes into the house with the Bitcoin itself, the underlying asset. So that's the update for MicroStrategy. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Check the links below for Discord and all that stuff. Take care. Peace.